Why Division III might be the best fit you're ignoring. You've been told go D1 or go home. But what if the best fit for your future isn't Division I? What if it's hiding in plain sight and it's the program that actually wants you, develop you, and helps you graduate on time? Before we get into all that, before we dive into my personal Division III life, download your free copy of the Athletic Recruiting Roadmap. It's a 10-step jumpstart. It's our expanded version. There's no fluff, just the exact steps every student, athlete, and parent should take this month to build real recruiting strategy. You can get it free also at keithmondillo.com. It's my personal gift to you, and I hope that it helps you avoid big mistakes and then take control of your process. So once again, my name is Keith Mondillo, and I've coached college basketball for over 30 years and have served as an NCAA athletic director for that same 30. I've recruited hundreds of student athletes and guided thousands of families, and I created this platform to bring truth, strategy, and clarity to the recruiting process. Today, we're tackling a big myth that Division III means second-rate sports, and I'll show you why that's flat out wrong, and how Division III might be the perfect fit for you and your athlete. So the truth about Division III. When most families hear Division III, they immediately think no athletic scholarships or no scholarships. They think a lower level and less competition. That's a bad assumption, and it causes thousands of kids to overlook some of the best programs in the country. When some families come and ask me why they should go Division III and what's the big deal about Division III, I always talk about some of the really good schools. Some of those schools are like Amherst, Johns Hopkins, Swarthmore, Haverford. Locally, I've been coaching at a local Division III for years. Gwinnett Mercy University is known for their nursing program. So there are some really good Division III schools out there that are some of the most selective institutions in the country. And I've coached a few All-Americans. I know our men's basketball coach has coached several professional athletes that have played in Europe. Some play for the Harlem Globetrotters. I've coached a few academic All-Americans, and all of that at the Division III level. And here's what I can tell you, that the gap between Division I and Division III isn't just athletic. It's philosophical. Division III is about the full experience. When we recruit, we talk about academics, we talk about athletics, and your social life. So athletically and academically, we're concerned about your personal growth. Some of the things that are a big misconception, that there's no scholarships. You're correct. There are no athletic scholarships. But financial aid can make Division III super affordable. And quite frankly, it's probably just as even when it comes to out-of-pocket costs at some Division I and Division II programs. And another thing is a high level of competition at some Division III conferences are some of the toughest in the country. We have the Calvin and Hope College rivalry, which I'm going to try and show you guys some of their facilities that are top-notch. Many of these schools attract some of the top talents in their area. And then the relationships that you build with the coaches. You're just not a number on a depth chart. And that's the honest to God truth. As long as I've been coaching, the one thing that I'm concerned about, that it supersedes anything athletically, is our student athlete welfare and our development of our student athlete. The actual college experience is the real college experience. We do have some mandatory lifts at 6 a.m., and then you have to go to class, and then there's sometimes you're coming right from class to practice. That's just how it works. So, how Division III recruiting works and why it's a good thing. Most people think that Division III recruiting is last minute, or it's rushed, or this is not one of my top choices. It's often where Division III recruiting, families have the most control. They know what they're doing. The process is way more personal. Division III coaches want to talk to families, and we evaluate you more than just your highlight tape. There's some Division III programs that over recruit, but for the most part, some are trying to develop a roster for 2 to 3 to 4 years. Coaches, like I said, mentioned, they do recruit a little later just because some student athletes are looking for that Division I or Division II scholarship level, and it's just common that you get some sports that recruit well into the spring. Your emails matter. Coaches actually open up your emails, they return your calls, and they make it a personal one-on-one experience in the recruiting process. You have direct access to them. There's no middlemen. There's no secretary or firewall you got to get past. Coaches are available for you at the Division III level. You can visit early and often. Official and unofficial visits are encouraged. And ultimately, it's about fit. We're not going to try and pressure you. We're going to try and build the right team, and we're going to try and develop players. That's been our philosophy at the Division III level as long as I've been an athletic director and coach. And one of the things I do want to mention is the academic life and some of the advantages of having that. And the truth is, every parent needs to hear this. Your athlete's career will end. The next question is, what comes next? At most Division III schools, athletics are a launching pad, and your student athlete is just not an athlete. To give you an example, the pandemic hit, and I had 3 student athletes on my basketball team, all 1,000-point scorers, who all received a nursing job immediately after graduation, making almost 6 figures, their first job out of college. They decided not to take their COVID year for the simple reason of they graduated on time and they had a career waiting for them. And how did they do that? Smaller class sizes, real faculty attention, more flexibility in choosing majors, and you can intern during the season. A lot of our student athletes obviously student teach when they're an education major, and they go to clinicals once or twice a week when they're nursing majors or allied health majors. They get to study abroad. Some have a major and a minor, some double major, all while playing a sport. Graduate school, a lot of kids go right into graduate school. On your transcript, you have good grades. They show leadership. Your time management really stands out. And the one thing that we try and talk to our players about when they come to a Division III school is you're probably not going to sit on the bench right away. There's no fear of losing a scholarship after a bad game or a bad season. Most Division III coaches are in it for the right reason. They're in it to develop players. They want to prepare you for life, and they want to prepare you with confidence, clarity, and experience. So here's a question for parents. Most families start recruiting process with different questions. And I get a lot is, do you guys offer athletic scholarships? I don't get the, are you Division I? It's usually, do you offer athletic scholarships? Here's what they should be asking. Is this the right environment for my child to thrive academically, athletically, and personally? My child actually have a chance to play here? That's some of the questions that you should be asking immediately. Will this coach develop them as a person and a leader? Does this school offer academically what my child wants? Will they be supported if they want to pursue grad school or internships or want to take a leadership role on campus? We have a ton of students who are leaders in our intramural program as officials, as coordinators. We have a ton of our students that are in our sports management program that do internships, that participate in lectures, that participate in outreaches in the Philadelphia professional areas. And that's the well-roundedness that we talk about when we go Division III. Does the school care about them beyond the court? And that's a definite yes. So some of the stories I wanted to share with you about Division III, we had players turn down, in my career as a women's basketball coach, I had a player turn down a Division I scholarship, several Division I scholarships. She played for me for 4 years, scored 2,000 points, almost grabbed 1,000 rebounds, and now she's a major accountant at a local firm. And those are some of the stories we had. I think I mentioned it earlier. We had a men's basketball player who is a member of the Harlem Globetrotters. We had one of our baseball players who turned out to be an assistant general manager in Major League Baseball. Student athletes who intern medical research facilities while playing the sports they have, whether it's baseball or field hockey, they have zero regrets for choosing Division III. And these stories are not rare. You're just not going to see them on any 30 for 30s or an ESPN broadcast. Some of the things that attract students to Division III is the closeness to family. There are some Division III schools that should be Division I that are major state universities or major universities with 10,000, 12,000 students. And the one thing that we try and stress is when you're choosing, choose for the right fit. Now, ultimately, every child and every family wants to play Division I. And that's your ultimate goal. And we'd never tell anybody they can't strive for that dream. But the one thing they need to do, one of the first things I talk about in the first guide and book I'd written was self-evaluation. You need to understand where you are athletically, where you want to be athletically, where you are academically, and where you want to go academically. So I mentioned this before. I'm going to talk about it again. Download our free Jumpstart Guide. It's the Athletic Recruiting Roadmap 10-Step Jumpstart Guide. I'll have it listed in the notes. It's packed with insights, practical next steps. I expanded it a little bit. It's a few pages now. And it really gives you the truth about recruiting and how it starts and where you need to be. And if you want to go a little further, go to keithmondillo.com. There you'll have opportunity to grab the new book I put out, The Parents Recruiting Survival Guide. As we wrap up, I just want to say Division III might not have the hype, but it might have everything else you're looking for. Don't overlook it. Your future might be just one email or one download away. And it's something that you need to pursue. Some of the things I do want to talk about, the percentage of high school athletes who do play in college. And before we wrap it up, I want to give you some statistics. So less than 2% of high school athletes play Division I sports. Less than 1.5% play Division II. And less than 1.9% play Division III. Total participation, 5.4% of high school athletes play in college. Overall, less than 10% of any high school athlete plays at any level of college. That's junior college also. And breakdown per sports. In soccer, 1% of high school student athletes play Division I. 1.2% play Division II. 2.1% play Division III. And in boys basketball, it's even crazier. Less than 1%, 0.9, play Division I basketball out of high school. 1.0, play Division II, and 1.5 play Division III. You can see the opportunities to play Division III are much larger. They give you an opportunity for a roster spot, and they give you an opportunity to play. And it's often the largest NCAA opportunity pools we talked about. More roster spots, more programs, and coaches still actively recruit into your senior year. Most athletes won't go Division I, but that doesn't mean they can't have an elite experience, get a great education, and compete at a high level. Families who are open-minded and proactive in their communications and their research at schools have a better chance of finding the right fit. It's just a fact. We're going to do a series on why Division II and ultimately why Division I also. But this one was why Division III. And Division III might be the best fit for you, so don't ignore it. Again, my name is Keith Mondillo. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you again on the next episode.